statue. A lot of people don't know you can do this, but you can repair your statues, and they actually heal with Unholy Aura. So you can repair it maybe like 7/8 and then just let it regen the rest with Unholy Aura. But as I was saying about this map, you can pretty much tell where the opponent is just because you know what's crept, and you have a shade in the other side of the map. So I mean, what camp could he be at other than your natural, right? I'm speaking about Agoria's state of mind, Agoraphobia's state of mind. But that's what I mean. So Agoraphobia has broken 50 food. He's going to go for the crushing blow on the fiend user, and he's massing up Gargs. He's kind of keeping them hidden. I mean, they don't really serve any purposes except for to beat the Frostworm when he's actually going to fight. And he has those 2 shades looking out. Oh no, a shade and a ward looking out for the fiend user, so he can force a fight. The fiend user is actually just sitting in his base, and he's trying to get back up to 50 food. I mean, I don't think he's been at 50 food all game, and he's just trying to bank so he can mass up an army that can beat the ghoul user. And the ghoul user is going to use this extra huge army to force an expansion. And that expansion is going to force a fight, which the fiend user knows he can't win, but he still has a better chance of an 80 food teched out ghoul user's army. He has a better chance against what the ghoul user has now than like what he'll have after the expansion goes up. So he has to fight. So I basically gave away the whole game. But still. So he has the ghoul user has an invulnerability potion on his Lich. That's really important. The Lich is actually still really weak. I mean, you can't offensively coil it, but with Orb Focus and Fiend Focus and Frostworm Focus, it still does a ton of damage, and it's great to have that. It's great to have that potion of invulnerability, so you don't have to teleport out of a key battle like this one coming up. The expansion is going up. There's an Acolyte right there. It's just about to build the Haunted Gold Mine, and both players are just, well, one player is waiting for the other one to come and attack him, and the other one's trying to build up a decent sized army, but he can't really, and that's because Lich Ghoul user has kept him on his toes all game. He's made him make compromises where he doesn't want to compromise. As you can see, he doesn't have enough fiends to beat the Gargs, which are going to beat his Frostworm, and that's why I like about the Lich Ghouls, Death Knight, Fiends matchup. There's so much symmetry to it. I mean, each player has different points in the game where it's really strong, and like the Ghouls beat the Fiends, but the Fiends beat the Gargs, which beat the Frostworm, which beats the Ghouls. So it's a really nice micro counter, and I mean, it's ultimately decided by how well the early game goes. And I guess that's why people say it's all about micro. I mean, in a huge battle that's like the one coming up, micro isn't going to play a huge factor. But it did play a huge factor early on in the game, and Obdurate losing all those fiends early on was severely weakened, and that's why his army is so small right now. And that's why you try and use banking to your advantage. I mean, with this one Spirit Tower, he can hold off any amount of ghouls, pretty much. But he has to fight now because Agoraphobia's expansion is going up. And that's basically what you want to do as a Lich Ghouls user. Crush his army, put up the expansion, and force the final fight. Because, in all honesty, the Death Knight Fiend user's army is better. Oh, sorry, there's a battle coming up. I'll talk about this after. So he Roar Shuls, which is really nice to have. Basically, you Nova the Fiends, and you shift clip them down, so you try and kill his Fiends before they can kill all your Gargs and web them. And sleep on the Lich is really nice, so there's not that Nova on your Ghouls. That's what I like to do. I think he slept the Crypt Lord to begin with, and basically send your Gargs to go hit the Frostworm. And yeah, he's sleeping the Crypt Lord right now. I would rather sleep the Lich, in my opinion, especially because the Crypt Lord doesn't have any mana, but that's just my opinion. And now that the Frostworm's gone, the Ghouls can completely wipe out all the Fiends, and it's pretty much ripe all around. And the nice thing is actually, she should have slipped the Death Knight right there. He was a little slow on the draw. I mean, this game isn't perfect. They both do make some mistakes, but the Dreadlord is great for punishing the mistakes the other player makes. So that's why I really like him. And Obdurate is begging for the win now. This is kind of disgusting, distasteful. I really don't like it when people do this, and especially when they say, when they offer you free wins and stuff. It's not about the wins. It's about, I mean, it's about the legitimate wins. It's about the wins that you actually earn yourself, not about the wins on your account. And telling him that he's never going to make top 6 is really going to make him give you the win. That's real smart. It's real smart arguing right there by Obdurate. So, yeah, I just find this extremely distasteful. But, yeah, I mean, that's kind of a sad end to a good game. It was a good game nonetheless, and it showed you how that Lich Ghouls can completely dominate Death Knight Fiends throughout all stages of the game, pretty much. Now, most of your games won't go like this. They won't be such smooth sailing. What will happen is the Death Knight Fiend will kind of break out of your harassment grasp, and he'll come to your base and push you a little bit, and then either what you can do is you can just hide in your base, and it's really nice how Agoraphobia's shop is where it is, because if that push did come, the shop would be the first thing to go, and you need that orb at tier 3 to push back his push, obviously. So basically, you can boil down this match to the ebb and the flow of the Lich Ghouls versus Death Knight Fiends. Early game, you want to harass with your Lich once he gets level 3, or you want to creep and tech. And once your Lich gets level 3, you want to harass with your Lich, try to put off the inevitable push from the Death Knight Fiend user. And if that push does come, then you have to kind of yield to the Death Knight Fiend user. You don't want to play your ghouls yet until you have Ghoul Frenzy and the Orb and try Hero, because you need all of those things to defeat a good Fiend user. And maybe a statue too if you have the bunny, or a scroll or something like that. And then you want to push him, and then he's going to try and push you back when he has the Frostform, but hopefully your push at tier 3 was in such favorable conditions that he doesn't really have a large enough army to beat you. And that's really helped by having Shades. So I would recommend Shades in the Undead Mirror, especially as the Lich Ghoul player. So that was my Undead Mirror audio commentary. I think that'll be useful in the majority of your mirror games, if you choose to go Lich Ghouls, as I feel Death Knight Fiends is the most popular strategy right now. And I think it's kind of boring, so I'd like to encourage more people to go Lich Ghouls, but not too many people, so that I have to face Lich Ghoul users on ladder, because that's kind of a pain. But yeah, I think Undead Mirrors are a great matchup. I really enjoy it, and I hope you guys learned something from this audio commentary. And that's about it. This is Madchild signing out. I'm probably going to play some music now or something. So until next time, guys, peace.